Yo, welcome to another video. So today we're doing a full day of eating on my cut. Last time I did one of these is when I was on a bulk. But let me show you what my physique is looking like after around 3 weeks of cutting. By the way, I'm not gonna cheat. I'm showing you all every single thing I eat. So far this morning I had this Fahrenheit cold brew. Holy crap, this is probably one of the best cold brews I've ever had from Fahrenheit in Toronto. And I had 20 grams of dark chocolate. Of course, I'm not obsessed with dark chocolate, but I'm still gonna have dark chocolate on a cut. But anyways, let's jump into this physique update. Yo, I can low-key see these striations in my bicep. My legs aren't the biggest. I'm 6'3". Yes, I'm using that as an excuse, but I also want to show you my legs. So let me show you all my legs. This is my legs. Alright, it's time for brekkie. I'm kind of starving. It's like what? It's past 11 a.m. and I need to eat breakfast. So let's show you what my breakfast looks like. By the way, if you're new to the channel, subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, drop a like and maybe comment for the algorithm. But anyways, I have breakfast finished. So I got 200 grams of egg whites, 3 whole eggs, just over a teaspoon of olive oil, and a bunch of red onion because I'm tired of having just plain eggs and egg whites. And I got 150 grams of strawberries. Not much carbs here because I'm kind of aggressively cutting right now because I have a cottage trip coming up on the 20th of July, so I want to look quite lean for that. So I'm gonna have several days leading up to that where my calories aren't that high. So the calories of this meal is 442 calories. It's 15 grams of carbs, very little, 24 grams of fat, and 40 grams of protein. So this is gonna taste really good. So I just hopped off stream. If you aren't following my Twitch, you are missing out a lot. But anyways, I'm about to have my pre-workout snack. So this would be 50 grams of Rice Krispie cereal with some almond milk. And I got this Cliff Bar. So the calories of this whole meal is gonna be 504 calories. It's 74 grams of carbs, 12 grams of fat, and 24 grams of protein. I'm still gonna try to have the majority of my carbs around my training to help with my energy and to also help with me maintaining the muscle mass that I have. Holy, this Cliff Bar, the chocolate peanut butter flavor is so gassed. But anyways, I know there's some people, at least I know some of you might think this is like stupid, but there's generally gonna be people that don't know how to track calories. And by the way, I'm using MyFitnessPal to track calories. So the most important thing you'd probably need to track calories is a scale. So I use this food scale right here and it's very simple. So for example, so this is how I measured my crispy rice cereal that I just had. So I got my food scale here. I'll turn it on. And normally food scales measure in grams, ounces, and milliliters. But I normally measure everything in grams and sometimes my liquids in milliliters. Put my bowl on here. Press on again so it gets back to 0. Then I'll simply just pour my cereal in. Pretty simple. It's not rocket science. A food scale is pretty cheap. You could just get it on Amazon for like what, $15. So I would highly suggest learning how to track calories if you want to take your fitness goals to the next level. But at the same time, I'm not saying to track calories forever, but tracking calories for a few months could raise your awareness on the foods you're eating. Because I actually don't measure my food every single day. I'm at the point where I could basically eyeball my food throughout the whole day. But when I'm cutting, like right now I'm cutting kind of aggressively, I'm not eating too much food, then I'll track my calories so I could get the amount of calories that I'm aiming for, if that makes sense. arm day is completed. I didn't feel like showing you all any footage of my arm day because my previous video was an arm day, but I showed you all what I look like with a pump. But anyways, we got my post-workout meal, which is, I'm gonna tell you all the calories first. So it's 727 calories. It's 64 grams of carbohydrates. You remember what I told you all, I'm trying to have the majority of my carbs around my training. 30 grams of fat and 43 grams of protein. So I got 175 grams of basmati rice and 200 grams of lean ground beef with barbecue sauce, which is low in calories. And that's my meal. He's just sad. I just want to see Toronto Ultra beat Optic. Does anyone else watch the professional Call of Duty League, or is it just me? There must be at least one or two of y'all that are nerds just like me when it comes to Call of Duty. Okay, so on a serious note, y'all know I'm aggressively cutting right now, but not every single day I'm gonna eat a low amount of calories. Today I'll probably end up eating closer to 2,500 calories, which is not that low, but for me that's kind of low. For you that might be like a good amount of calories. But back to my point, eating a low amount of calories to aggressively cut might hurt you, especially if you're doing it long term. I'm probably gonna end up doing this for a few days within the next 2 weeks so I could get as lean as I want to be for my cottage trip. I would not recommend this doing long term. If you're cutting, I would recommend taking your cut slow, especially if it's long term, because you could risk the chances of losing your muscle mass. But back to what I was saying before, me doing this for a few days within the next couple of weeks, I probably won't lose any muscle mass, and I'm making sure my protein intake stays high. Dinner is completed, so I'm sure you all saw the B-roll, but I got like around 140 grams of spring mix with balsamic dressing, and I got 190 grams of sirloin tip steak. There's literally not many carbs in this meal other than trace carbs from the leafy greens and maybe from the dressing. Right after I filmed this, I realized I messed up the calories and macronutrients. So it was actually 512 calories, and it was 15 grams of carbs, 31 grams of fat, and 42 grams of protein. Guys, when you're tracking your calories, you need to make sure you're inputting the right numbers so you don't make mistakes like I did here. I'm about to have my last meal / snack, and in total today I've had 5 protein feedings, and this is what you should do to maximize muscle protein synthesis, especially if you're cutting aggressively. I don't recommend that, but even if you're not cutting aggressively, if you're cutting, you should try to spread out your protein feedings throughout the day. But anyways guys, I'm sure I did say this is going to be something sweet. So without even saying what it is, I'm sure some of you all know exactly what it is. So I got 325 grams of vanilla flavored 0% Greek yogurt with 170 grams of strawberries and 45 grams of blackberries. And the calories of this is only 334. Macronutrients wise, it's 52 grams of carbs, 0 grams of fat, and 29 grams of protein. All of my calories today added up to 2,643, and macronutrients, I've had 230 grams of carbs, 108 grams of fat, which I think is in the higher side. I probably shouldn't have that much fat, especially when I'm cutting aggressively, and only 182 grams of protein. So moving forward, I'd probably like to get my fat intake lower and my protein intake higher, because 182 grams of protein is kind of low. Because actually, since we're talking about my protein intake being too low, I weighed myself yesterday, and it was after, I think it was after I did abs in the gym, after 1 or 2 meals, and I was 211 pounds. I haven't been able to weigh myself at home, so I don't know what I'm weighing in the morning on an empty stomach. But if I had to make a guess, I would say I'm around 205 pounds, maybe 2 or 3 pounds upon waking up. So ideally, I would like to get close to 200 grams of protein, especially that I'm cutting aggressively. But since my protein intake is kind of low today, what I might do, I have an essential amino acid supplement that I might just take a scoop of to make up for my lack of protein today. But yeah, that's it guys. These calories are kind of low. If I had to rate my hunger on a scale from 1 to 10, I would say it's maybe like a 7 out of 10. I mean, hopefully after I eat this, I'm not as hungry, but right now my hunger is kind of like a 7 out of 10, and it's been like that since I came back from the gym. Anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment for the algorithm, and if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. And until next time, peace.